orientation program, where we are going to talk about our career. In a very uncertain time like this, we have organized this orientation that can fully equip you for the future era. Are you excited to listen to us today? Please reply in the chat box. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you so much for the amazing response, guys. Let me give you a short introduction about 3G School of Applied Psychology. 3G School of Psychology is an initiative of the 3G Institute of Research and Policy Studies. The mission of 3G School of Psychology is to create India's largest psychology integrated artificial intelligence platform. It's my privilege to invite the speaker for today's orientation. First, we are going to talk about Mrs. Gauri Singh. Mrs. Gauri Singh from Indore, Madhya Pradesh, is a visionary educationist, a receptionist of Dr. APJ Abdul Kalam Award for her exemplary work in the field of education. She is the founder of Professor Edu Solution, a firm that is synonymous with innovation and creative outputs in education sector. Professor Edu Solution majorly deals in school management services along with conducting Olympiads based on artificial intelligence. For past 20 years, Gauri has been working in almost all the arenas, from writing books to teaching, from training the teachers to auditing school. She has been the key person to develop a program, Elevate for Formative Assessment, which runs successfully in 6 countries and 500 schools. The latest addition to her kit is the SEAS Global Women Achiever Awards for her outstanding work in the field of education. She has trained more than 5,000 teachers and principals and has taken numerous workshops for parents, students as well. The second speaker that we are going to talk about is Mr. Afzal Ahmed. Is a management graduate from New Delhi, also founder and CEO of School Connect Online, which is supported by CIIE, IIM Ahmedabad, and HDFC Parivartan. School Connect Online is leading adaptive learning management company and its operation in India and 14 countries out of India. First company took initiative to create AI Olympiad and Spiritual Learning Olympiad to shape young brains at their early studies along with this School Connect. Online actively creating impact in rural education by provide low cost and effective learning solution to underserved society. School Connect Online recognized as one of best company in India in the year 2021 by SGFC Parivartan. So it's my uh, privilege to invite Mrs. Gauri Singh. Please, ma'am, over to you.
Thank you so much, Sippy, if I pronounced it correctly, for such a warm introduction. And I'm here today to speak about spiritual intelligence. So prior to speaking about spiritual intelligence, I would like to clear certain things about spirituality, which is highly mistaken, which is highly taken as it's connected with religion, it is connected with some specific age that we need to follow. Now, suppose we look at the sun, right? And for some, sun is the source of energy. For some, like owls, it is a source of light which is very irritating. Similarly, for some people, it's like river. River will quench the thirst. And for some, river may transform into flood, which is again life-threatening. Similarly, for oceans, for us, it can be salty water, which is of no use for us. But for marine life, it is so important. So it is all our perspective. And this perspective comes from our spiritual intelligence. To the way we look at the things, the way we see that, what is right, what is wrong, the way we find the goodness, the happiness in things. And that is what spirituality is. Spirituality is above religion. it is based on the core values that we learn, not from the academic books, but it comes from the level, from the, the education that is teaching us values. So if I may put it in this way, your real education is, if I take out 12 years of academics from you, of your schooling, whatever remains is your real education. And that forms the basis of your spiritual intelligence. Now, if whenever we are learning anything, it is very important for us to know why we are learning it. Spirituality in today's era, like you said, it is such a tough time for all of us. It forms the basis of calmness, peace, and happiness. That is so, so important to take the correct decisions in our life. And that is what spirituality is all about. If I say feelings like love and hatred, they emerge from heart, they emerge from brain, wherever you put it in. But love is about giving, hatred is about taking. The emergence is same, but how you are taking those feelings to the world, that is what spirituality is. So the certain core values that I was talking about, something like, exploring yourself, that how you are putting yourself in this universe, right? We are doing a lot of action throughout the day, and whatever fruits of these action that we get, we have to accept it. We go to certain motivators, we go to certain books, videos, audios, and at so many places finding the good path, the correct path for us. But in the whole process, we forget to speak to the one person who's so, so important, and that is us. Because we are the source of all our actions. And if we are not going to speak to ourselves and analyze our actions, how are we going to become happy? This happiness will only come from your spiritual intelligence. Now, if I say in IQ, what is IQ? IQ is your intelligence quotient. Whatever academics that you have been studying, whatever your books have been teaching you throughout all these years, that is what is IQ. That will help you gain your job. But how are you going to sustain in your job? That is what SQ will teach you. That is the spiritual quotient or your spiritual intelligence. Now, there was an educationist called as Howard Gardner. Now, Howard Gardner, sorry?
No, ma'am, continue. It was people
Okay.
are joining, so in the
No
starting,
worries.
all
No worries.
continue.
Okay. So Howard Gardner, he gave theory of multiple intelligence. So there were 8 multiple intelligence that he gave. And the basis of these multiple intelligence theory was the learning, the way different learners learn in different scenario. But people were just learning. The ultimate thing is that they were not happy. They were not stress free, and that is the main question that is coming today again and again in front of us, isn't it? Now a 9th intelligence has been added, and that is existential intelligence. That is the space and you. Now this intelligence, it shows that how much faith we have in our creator, where we put ourselves in the space, how are we connecting ourselves with the cosmos? And that is what the first value across all religions says. You and your faith in the divine power, something that is supreme to you. Now, if I say, on a piece of paper, if you can do that, would be wonderful right now. I don't know if it is, you are ready with a pen and a paper, but if you can do it, you can feel the magic. If I say you we all have regrets in our life. If I say just write down your biggest regret of your life, write it on a piece of paper, the biggest regret, the biggest mistake that you have made in your life, and just start tearing that paper. Tear it to as many pieces as you can, crumble it, crush it, and just go and throw it in a dustbin. You know how you'll feel? You'll feel very, very relieved after this. It's very important for us to love ourselves, to focus on our happiness. And once when we are happy, we are at peace, we are calm, then only we can spread happiness around us. So compassion, but when we talk about compassion, the compassion starts from us. We have to be very compassionate to ourselves. We have to be kind with ourselves, right? And similarly, we have to be very compassionate to people who are around us. We have to be very kind to people who are around us. Then we talk about justice and equality. Justice and equality is so important in today's era, because each and every person, they start feeling unequal, they start feeling left out, they start feeling they are not getting their due. So if you inculcate that value to stand for that justice, to stand for that equality, again, you are doing your part, and this in return is going to give you your happiness. Now, if I say, the next value that we want to focus on is serve others, service to others. Again, when we give service to others, it gives so much happiness to ourselves, so much happiness that we are spreading around. And especially in this time of pandemic, in this era, then we are talking about forgiveness, gratefulness, action, and taking responsibility of our actions. Then speaking truth and knowing yourself. Now, these values, how will they ever help us? When I say you speak truth, right? 101 times your teachers would have told you, your parents would have told you, or people around us would have told us that we have to speak the truth. But at the first given point, when the situation comes in which we are, that we have to speak the truth, right? We want to save ourselves first. We forget our values. Now, how is it going to help us in future? These values, when you grow up as leaders, right? When you grow up as the person who's going to run the business, who's going to run the country, who's going to run the state, right? Integrity, humility, these values, they become so important. Your business ethics, right? A leader who works on the basis of business ethics is taken with so much of value. Your employees, your academics, they will get you a very good job, but how are you going to sustain that job? How is your team going to support you? How you're building up a team, that will depend upon your values, and that is again your spiritual intelligence. So not only books, you have to work towards your spiritual intelligence, you have to work towards happiness, you have to work towards making the correct choices. Your spiritual intelligence would be the key to make the correct decisions in your life. That is why SI is so important. Now each human, we all focus on becoming complete. We all focus on getting perfect. We all focus that there should be no error in our lives, right? But this is going to decrease our development. We have to leave the doors open for error and work towards it, because that is going to give us an opportunity to build our future, to build, to grow ourselves, to analyze ourselves. And first and foremost, if we are just looking for perfection throughout our life, without errors, we are going to turn into mechanical pieces. The humanity is going to work only and only when you let these errors enter, analyze yourself, and start acting human. So peace, happiness, and situations, right? So getting and turning into a respectful person, that is so important. That is very important, and that you are going to get from spiritual intelligence. One more thing, like there have been so many incidences that we have been reading about. We have been reading epics, we have been reading scriptures, religious books, and everywhere a same story comes, that there is an evil force and there is a good force. And how does, the other person makes the choice? What do you think would be the reason behind making such choices? Okay, let me take the example of Ram and Ravan. Ram was brave, Ravan was equally brave. Ram was intelligent, Ravan was equally intelligent. Then where was the difference? Ram was also a king, Ravan was also a king. The difference came from their values. The difference came from the choices they made in their life. And what was the basis of these choices? Their spiritual inclination, their spiritual intelligence, their spirituality. So, similarly, it can be in any epic. Again, I'm not saying that it is for one religion, but it is across all religions that we'll see. The choices are based on your spiritual intelligence and the values that we are inculcating. Again, I will reiterate one point, and that is happiness comes from our action, because we are the source of these action. But the more we keep others happy, similarly, the result will come on us. We will be equally happy. But is it difficult to keep others happy? There will be so many people who would say yes. It's very difficult to keep everyone happy. So another choice that we can make, at least not give pain to others, not make things difficult to others, right? So that is also the basis of happiness. That is also the basis of peace, calmness in your life. And this peace and calmness can only come when you start practicing the core values that I just spoke about and get it in our lives. The academic excellence, we have seen so many examples, so many news that we keep reading. The most intelligent students, the most intelligent rulers have have got bad fame for themselves, only because they did not make the correct and ethical decisions in their life. So where were they lacking? They were lacking in their spiritual intelligence. They were lacking in their core values. So again and again, we are saying the same thing, feeling grateful to others, right? Now we all have one tongue and two ears, right? If I say what are the ears for listening. But when I say, is it nice to listen to the praises? Most of us would say yes. It's nice to listen to praises. But from our tongue, how many praises are we giving to others? How many times are we complimenting others? Right? So how we are using each organ of our body for the service of others, that is again, that will come from the core values that we will be practicing and not just reading. So this is what the spiritual intelligence is all about. Okay, one more thing, like I was just talking about certain news items that we keep reading, and the best of the students, the best of the people, they are the most intelligent ones, right? They lead to the path of destruction. Why? One prime reason is their pride. Now, this pride leads them towards the bad habits, right? There would be a very intelligent person, but would be consuming alcohol or would be consuming drugs. Why has this person, even after reading so many books, even after reading so many scriptures, could not, keep away from inculcating a bad habit? Because they did not practice these core values in their action. Now, this destruction starts from pride. And if we transform this pride into humility, into modesty, everything changes, right? Everything becomes happy for us. So if you look at the various images that we search on, if we think about spiritual intelligence, of if we search spiritual intelligence, you see that people are sitting in yoga poses or peaceful poses. Nowhere they are saying that you have to practice this religious belief or you have to practice certain faiths. No, spirituality is far beyond the religious acumen. It is finding and exploring yourself. It is about your happiness. It is about the peace that one may find. And once we find peace within ourselves, once we explore and analyze ourselves, we'll surely transform into a very calm person, a peaceful person, and 100% a successful person. Thank you so much. And I'll be very happy if there are any questions that may come up.
Ma'am, we'll keep the questions in the last,
Sure.
so that
Right.
both the presentations we can take up.
Sure.
Okay. Thank you, ma'am. Thank you so much.
My pleasure.
Thank you, ma'am, for the amazing orientation. Mr. Faisal Ahmed, we welcome you to our session. Please take over.
Hi, good evening to all of you. And my name is Afzal Ahmed, not Faisal Ahmed. So, agenda to give you about something about artificial intelligence, and it has become a very big buzzword recently. From 2019, it has been introduced by CBSE also as a regular curriculum. So artificial intelligence has become a very important part of academics these days because of the introduction of AI as a curriculum, elective curriculum in schools, in CBSE schools primarily from class 8 to class 11. Recently, they have launched in class 11. So I'll start with a little understanding of artificial intelligence. Artificial intelligence is nothing but it's a human intelligence. It is a machine which is programmed to think. It is a machine which is programmed to take decision making. It is a machine which is programmed to learn with a limited set of data which they inculcate from the environment. It is the machine which can actually very receptive to the situation in our surroundings. So it has all the creativity which human beings can have. So this is how artificial intelligence actually function. This is how artificial intelligence is coming into picture. Nowadays, you have seen a lot of people in many industries are actually coming up with a lot of tools and devices which are actually driven by artificial intelligence. Even you can see your surroundings from mobile, even lightings, and even every gadgets you see. Everything is connected with artificial intelligence. Means like they are intelligent enough to take data, and they are intelligent enough to take your decision. Even you can see when you do any kind of searches in Google or any Gmail, if you write any email to through Gmail, so it creates an adaptability wherein the user can understand. The system can actually understand your perception, your behavior, and they can create an adaptable situation where they can understand your need. So like I'll just give you the very basic example. When you do any searches, so automatically you can see when you do any searches, the last searches you have made automatically comes. And sometimes after a month or 2 months, you realize how it actually happens. You're thinking and the Google is actually giving you an idea what you are planning to search. Actually, what is happening in due course, that actually how it's actually working, because the platform which you are using is actually reading your behavior, so that they can take the decision to ease your to give you comfort to think and to search anything or to react for anything. So this is how artificial intelligence come into picture. A lot of movies are also coming with a lot of scientific ideas, like how artificial intelligence in currently and how artificial intelligence will be the future. So artificial intelligence is every day evolving. Like in current situation, I'll give you a very contrast example of COVID-19. Everybody in this world, directly or indirectly, get hit by COVID crisis. Uh, COVID crisis. So I'll give you one example. Like 2 decades back, when any pandemic or any virus infected disease comes into being, like chikungunya or H1N1 virus, Ebola, Zika virus, and other big pandemic viruses. So every scientist, what they do, they collect the data. They collect the data so that they can understand the limitations of this virus spread, and they understand how much this virus can affect in the upcoming in the upcoming time, and what will be the future impact of this virus. So it takes a virus, it takes a scientist to create a vaccine a longer time, like 4 to 5 years, to come up with the clinical trials and come up with a proper regulated vaccine. So I'll just give you example of COVID-19. COVID-19 has come in the year 2019 December, and right now we are sitting with some vaccine and some related vaccine which can actually support us from further infection. This actually has happened because we are now in an advanced situation of artificial intelligence. Data collection has become it's become very tremendous job. So artificial intelligence now able to help a scientist to take an accurate decision, so that they can evolve in such a way, so they can take a decision, so that they can develop something which can help the human life, which can give a comfortable life to a human being to lead it gratefully and a very healthy life. So artificial intelligence has become a very biggest breakthrough in the field of healthcare system. Like if we I'll just give you one more example. Like artificial intelligence is now become very handy tools to the doctors also, who are diagnosing to any patient and giving accurate medicine or accurate remedial suggestion to any patient. So artificial intelligence has become a very hand-in partner and hand-in companion to everybody, like the doctors in the hospitals and everybody. Even the joint replacement. After the joint replacement, there are a lot of post and pre-joint replacement therapies happened, and pre-diagnosis things happen. So artificial intelligence is actually replacing this part of support, and actually creating a very tech-driven system, so that they can support anybody who are undergoing for any kind of replacement also. Artificial intelligence is again a very biggest breakthrough in engineering, like making zero defect bridges are actually coming up with the support of artificial intelligence technology, and the data data sciences also. So I'll just discuss more on the other side, the artificial intelligence in the defense side. Many artilleries, many weapons, and many self-driven gadgets are developed with the help of artificial intelligence, because they are evolving themselves. So they are developing themselves, they are coding themselves, and they are making themselves very efficiently. So artificial intelligence now gradually has become a self-developed concept now. Artificial intelligence now, they are able to develop themselves, they can code themselves. So gradually what is happening, the same development which is artificial intelligence and coding things, artificial intelligence are able to code themselves, which is again now becoming a very supporting and a very ethical things and very advantageous thing. But on the contrary, many perceptions are coming up, like how ethically it will be helpful, how ethically it is helpful if artificial intelligence or any system driven by artificial intelligence are able to develop themselves. Now I'll give you one example of there is one because artificial intelligence, they can develop a system which is developed in a cyber security system. Artificial intelligence are creating a very strong system which is actually non-penetrable, non-penetrable, and they are kind of a they cannot be hacked. So they are developing things. But who is developing this concept? They are the people. They are not the people. They are the people who are based on logics, and they are developing things according to the data feeding into it. So right now, what is happening? It During this all process, in the defense system, in the healthcare system, in the engineering system, it actually opening a biggest gateway for student to pursue a greater career. Like, gradually what will happen, in 5 years of time, we have seen a very great transformation of education system. We have seen a very great transformation of transformation of career orientation of all the students who are studying in schools. So that's for the same reason, school curriculum has now becoming a too much of, we can see a lot of transformation in the school education also. For the same reason, in new education policy, CBSE has introduced coding from class 6, and for the same reason, AI has been introduced as a initial level curriculum for the student, so that they can pursue their career. If they want to be a doctor, if they want to be an engineer, if they want to do if they want to pursue any career, they will have to have hand-in understanding of artificial intelligence. So for the same reason, artificial intelligence is continuously getting momentum. Even in any place, if you go to any area, there is always a work related to artificial intelligence, and it will always grow. So we will observe in coming days, like a great transformation of career orientation, and great transformation of career like which career you want to pursue, which career should be more important for the future. So that way, the intelligence and the artificial intelligence is continuously changing the scenario where students can actually pick their best career. Now, coming back to one thing which is actually a very big challenge all across, people talk about this. People talk about this ethics of artificial intelligence. So there is always an ethics, like there will always be a talk on the basis of evolution of artificial intelligence on the side of how ethically it is compatible, and how ethically it can be helpful for the humanity in the coming future. Because since we have discussed about the replication of the code, so everything which is developed by the help of Java code. So Java is one of the program which can be used in many form. So using the Java and developing a concept of concept of artificial intelligence. Now we are witnessing one app, which that app can write a code by themselves. That means coding is the building block for any software. So if which is currently which actually currently done by the people like us, who develop the code and who help develop a technical platform, which then react as is it has been developed. Now if the software, they will become efficient enough and they will develop themselves, then it will be a real challenge, because they will collect the data from the surrounding, and they will evolve in such a way which is very much related to their evolution. So now if a device is started thinking by themselves, and evolution of the device will happen by themselves, then it will be a real challenge. I'll give you one example. There is one thing like Deep Coder. Deep Coder it's a device developed by Microsoft and Cambridge University researchers, and it can write a code by themselves. So actually, if a device is able to develop themselves, that means they can develop to any length. Since it's a very preliminary stage where we can discuss about this ethics, this ethical part. So we have not to be thinking as the biasness and unbiasedness of artificial intelligence, because currently due to the evolution of artificial intelligence, many people, great people, are started thinking of like how we can control the more further evolution of artificial intelligence if it can revolve to any length. So people are now talking about ethics of artificial intelligence. They are now drafting some laws and bylaws which actually any device and any coded device should not breach. So United States and Europe, like these are the countries who are actually seriously thinking of this kind of thing. So if you people can remember one more thing, like in few years back, like 5 to 6 years back, genome therapy has actually comes up. So when people talk about cloning, so they think like people are trying to be God. So nothing has happened till now. Like it's been 6 years, nothing has happened. So that doesn't mean like evolution of new things will not happen. But yes, ethics is one of the part of artificial intelligence we'll always discuss about. So it always create biasness and unbiasedness. I'll give you one more example. Like in Amazon, what has happened, they have created a software, and they created a software where they do the analysis of the buyers who are actually buying things using that platform. And what they did, they put that data automatically on taking help of artificial intelligence. But across the world there is a bias between gender, like male are too much of like in industry, in corporate industry, you can see a lot of male employees working there. So male, if I am a male worker, then I will put my thought and my process as a code to develop any artificial intelligence. And if I'm a female employee, then I'll be developing thing and collecting data on the basis of response coming from the women buyers, and then in combination we'll create a data which will be relevant for the user value. So what has happened, artificial intelligence, what they started doing, they started making a bias report to Amazon platform, wherein they said 66% of male employees, according to them, they have rated them in a positive manner, and rest they have rated female buyers on a little less category. So this thing will come. Why? Because it's a human error thing, which is human biasness things will always comes up with artificial intelligence. So people are each and every day rectifying this error, and this will continuously happen because it's a human biasness can also get reflected from the development of artificial intelligence. Like I'll tell you about automated decision making systems is also started. Even we see recently face morphing things that also started because with the help of artificial intelligence. This always has a good or bad part, will always be there. So like I'll talk about like self-driving cars, which has become a very um, um, known thing currently, because big companies, they are making self-driving car. But I'll share you one incident in 2019. What Uber driving car hit a pedestrian and who died in a hospital. So now the new picture is coming, who is responsible for this accident. So gradually this ethics of artificial intelligence will also open up a bigger picture where a new area of learning, a new area of understanding will improve. Right now we are in a very initial stage to discuss and counter the concept of ethics of artificial intelligence, but yes, things are happening. But on the other side, unemployment is also coming because of automation, and automation of industry is coming. But if one industry is shutting down, it will open a new objective of career. Like I'm talking about data science, because data science is a very bigger part of anyone who wanted to pursue career in artificial intelligence. If somebody wanted to do go to medical field, somebody wanted to go to engineering field, somebody wanted to go any other field, data science has huge requirement. So gradually what will happen, the choice of your career will change, but the career path will never go stop. If one part is closed, then it will open multiple path for the career enhancement. Now now the biggest things coming up, like how we can safeguard ourselves from the change of career is happening, how we can safeguard ourselves from the career path. Because if I'm a student, I'm studying in a class, so what will be the best career path which I should choose? So the question lies, like what best will be decided by the student itself. If I'm just taking an example, if the student wanted to be a doctor, let him to be a doctor, but artificial intelligence will definitely will be one companion to him, where it is needed for the student to learn more about medical facilities and medical entrance preparation also, to crack it. But has to keep one thing in mind, like artificial intelligence will going to be the career, and it has to be, they have to be handy with the concept of artificial. Same goes with the engineering, like engineering. If you wanted to go and pursue career in engineering, it is good. It has never going to stop. But yes, gradually the choice of services and the choice of your career path will change, but the format of your career will never change. So thank you so much from my side. I think I am done. And thank you very much for providing us the platform to the School Connect to deliver such great uh, thing to the students and the parents.
Thank you so much, sir, for the amazing inputs and highlighting the importance of artificial intelligence. Uh, and if anyone has any doubt, they can unmute themselves and ask the doubts. You can also type your doubts in the chat box.
Shiva, you can type your doubt in the chat. I think you have raised your hand, so you can type your doubt in the chat. If not, you can unmute yourself.
May I?
Yeah, sure. You can ask.
So I wanted to ask, if we are to pursue a career in artificial intelligence, then which field or subject shall we take?
See, there is no restriction of the subject you take, because artificial intelligence or building blocks of artificial intelligence do require mathematics as a great subject. But if you don't have mathematics as a subject, then does it mean, like it will be restricting you to participate in the era of artificial intelligence? So there is no restriction. But if you wanted to make a career in coding and building artificial intelligence, and mathematics is the best subject you have to go with, and to understand the logics is also a very important thing. And right now, what is happening, because CBSE has launched some curriculum on artificial intelligence, but my suggestion, that curriculum does has theoretical understanding than some technical understanding. Because which class you are into currently?
So right now, I've passed 10th, means results are going to be declared on 30th
Okay.
June.
So in 10th, you must have studied like Python. So Python also play a very important role into making a great career in artificial intelligence. But yes, you should have to have interest in developing codes, and so coding will always help you. It doesn't mean, like Java and Python will be the only code, but you have to know logics of mathematics also. So it's a combination of coding and mathematics to understand. To create a logic for everything. So it does require maths. Maths, definitely maths. If you want to develop a code, definitely maths is needed. Maths is needed. Yeah, I got a question. Like, it's a very interesting question, because it is actually happening. Somebody has asked the question, like, if am I able to create AI which can feel things? If I'm correct, there is one question raised by someone. So
Yes, sir.
yes, yeah, it is happening. I have I've shared one thing. Shared one example to you. It is actually happening where AI can think. And it is if AI started thinking, that means if I gave you an example of one of the app developed by Microsoft and one university, McKinsey University, they are already doing this thing. And so yes, they can think to an extent to the human behavior, not exactly like a human can think, but yes, they've started thinking and developing themselves, but to a very initial stage.
Gauri ma'am, I think there is a question for you in the chat. Spirituality is a part of our karma, right? So everyone is right in their own story. So how could
Yes,
you justify
yes,
the
yes.
karma of Ram?
So that's what I'm saying. They all made their own decisions based on their values. I did not say who was right or who was wrong, but to each their own spirituality. It is that way. To each their own core values. No one is right, no one is wrong. Right? At the end of the day, it's all our experiences that we are living. It's all our moments that we are living. So what I said was, it's whether it's Ram or whether it was Ravan, they made their own decisions. They both were right in their own spiritual ways, their own spiritual values. So we all are correct in our own path till the time we are making the choices based on our core values.
Gauri ma'am,
Yes,
I will
sir.
just supplement that question. Like, so what happens to the truth as such? Is there a right and wrong, or is it subjective to everyone?
Okay, so truth, yes, like I said, to each its own. Truth for me may be, saving somebody, because of which I may be speaking a lie. So that truth is also important. But truth for other would be that blunt truth that is coming their way. And it is, again, to each its own. So the values that we are imbibing, right? We don't have to justify it to anybody else but to yourself. And that is what spirituality is all about, exploring yourself and analyzing your actions.
Ma'am, one more thing.
Yeah.
Just to supplement the same thing. Like for
Sure.
example, if out of curiosity, ma'am, because this is the first time I'm listening to this, is very new information, and I enjoyed it thoroughly. Ma'am,
Thank you. Yeah.
for example, if we consider rape is wrong, right? It's wrong in
Right.
all sense. So how can we tell? How can we justify it in any terms?
Okay, so rape is something, it is about justice. It is about another core value, right? And justice, yes, there are certain laid guidelines.
Mhm.
So karma also, like I think you've written in the chat, karma is also right or wrong, right? Karma and the fruit that we bear. So what is the fruit that one gets for rape? Most of the time, either they are hanged or they are behind the bars if everything goes in a smooth way and in a correct way, right? So again, there are other core values apart from your action and your karma, and that is justice and equality, right? So what is your understanding about justice? What is your understanding about your equality? That is a separate core value that we need to learn and imbibe.
All right, ma'am.
Okay, sir, Afzal sir, I think there are two questions for you.
One question,
one is-
which is what is the one question? Actually, it's all question from movies, I know.
Yeah, okay. It is one question is AI is not going to affect the humans since there will be a use of too much technology. Like he might be thinking it in a way like too much technology coming into the system is going to affect the human or not. If I'm not wrong, that will be the correct way to put it across.
So actually, what is happening? Too much of technology, we cannot quantify it currently because we don't know how much is the too much of technology. We are already surrounded by a lot of technology, and it every day it is evolving. So I'll give you one example. 1 year back, we were not thinking that with a voice we can dim the light, we can switch off the light, we can start the TV. But right now there is Amazon Boat is there. So different boats are there. Like they can recognize our voice. They can switch on the TV, switch on your house. They can now your homes are becoming smart. So today we are sitting here. I don't know next day what will happen. Next year what will happen. We may not be able to like say anything automatically when we enter. Automatically the AI will understand that what we need. If we are feeling heat outside, then automatically when we enter the house, AI will realize that yes, it's required. My honor, he needs some cold. cold weather in the house, so he will switch on the AC. So it can happen. It can, evolution of AI will happen, because in 5 years of time, AI has evolved in such a manner. People are really started talking about ethics of artificial intelligence, because European Union and Americans, they started talking about the laws and bylaws of how to control and tame more evolution of artificial intelligence. I'll say one thing, like if you know about Alibaba, I just forgot his name, and
Jack
um,
Ma.
Jack
It's
Ma
Jack Ma.
and another guy, Tesla.
Elon Musk. It's
Elon
Elon Musk.
Musk. They were actually in a conversation discussing about the pros and cons of ethics of artificial
Yeah.
intelligence.
Yeah, yeah.
So, if you remember, Jack Ma was actually against the more evolution of artificial intelligence, and Elon Musk was saying like it will always be a great help.
Yeah.
Even big people like Bill Gates are also thinking like if artificial intelligence grow exponentially, it will be threat to human race. But yes, we are sitting here 10 years back, we are talking about cloning can be a very detrimental thing, because we cannot try to be a dog, god. Right now, after 10 years of time, we are sitting here and cloning is happening.
Yeah.
Body parts cloning is already happening, so it is helping the human race, and ultimately.
Okay, and one more question is there, which is asked by Anaga. She's asking it in a way like, will biochemical hacking starts booming when the AI industry starts acting? I think it's a question clearly from the movies, if I'm not wrong.
Actually,
But
what
it's
is happening?
but it's actually
It's
a
a
good thing. Like
see,
biochemical hacking, I don't think like most of the people even have heard about that wording. Like
no,
biochemical.
actually, I'll tell you one thing. 10 years, 12 years back, there was a movie, I, Robot.
Yeah.
And I, Robot, if you are fond of watching movies of, the character is done by Will Smith. And they talk about robots. And currently we are talking about that robots as robot AI.
Yeah.
So Hollywood movies, they always make movies on the concept which has some basis on science and other evolution. So right now we are talking about the same concept which was created by iRobot 10 years back. So if you talk about biochemical warfare, it's all depends on our emotional and our evolution, because we are the one who are developing artificial intelligence. If we are developing artificial intelligence in more ethical manners, and we are putting a code which will be more regulated, so there is no threat which as far as we can understand currently. But humans can create a threat by themselves. See, you can see a lot of wars are happening all across. So war and good and bad thing will always be there, and in future it can be helped by AI, but currently it always held by human beings.
Okay. Thank you, sir. Thank you so much. Do you think the future of AI can also adapt SQ values?
Absolutely. That's a very nice question, because we in School Connect Online, I'll be very thankful to Gauri ma'am. She's the one who are actually helping us to create a spiritual quotient, spiritual intelligence. So our purpose to launch, I think Gauri ma'am can give a better answer to this, because she actually pioneered this concept.
Okay,
Pioneered this
ma'am,
concept.
before answering, I'll just take 2 minutes. For everyone, those who have asked the question, once the meeting has been, before ending this meeting, please stay over here itself, don't leave, because there will be a small gift from our side for all the people, those who have asked the questions. Okay, so those who have asked the questions, please stay over here itself once the meeting has been ended. Yeah, ma'am, now you can answer the question.
Okay. So the question was AI and amalgamation of SQ with it,
Yeah.
right?
Like AI, the
See,
future
that
AI
is-
can also adapt SQ values. That's
Yes.
the question.
So it's, in case if it is not happening, first I like to answer that, because for me, yes, 100% it has to happen. And in case if it is not happening, it's like misguided hands will be given missile power, right? So till the time, if you don't know how to channelize that energy in a productive manner, like Afzal sir just said, that yes, there will be pros and cons, and there will be uncontrolled things that would be happening. To control it, somewhere down the line, SQ is going to play a very, very important role. Till the time we don't know how to manage peace with AI, right? And we are, I'm amazed to see the kind of questions which are coming regarding the biochemical hacking and, wonderful stuff that is coming up. But yes, till the time, even AI, who's controlling it? It is us who are controlling it. Thankfully, it is still in our hands, right? And to channelize that AI and how much power we are ready to give to AI, that is still there in our hands. And certainly the basis of it has to be your spiritual quotient and spiritual intelligence. So it will be very, very functional to channelize the energy that AI will be getting.
Here it's again regarding the artificial intelligence.
Yeah, artificial
Kiran,
intelligence is always like, kind of a dream thing for everyone,
yeah,
because
like
a lot of
I
movies
think
have
this is a
created this
concern.
hype. Yeah. Mhm.
I think this is a concern that he is putting across. By artificial intelligence, Facebook captures our personal information or not?
Yeah, that I think it's true, because you see, WhatsApp is also changing their privacy policy,
Yeah,
and the
but
purpose,
I think this
now
is,
it's open. Now it's
yeah.
open. Like they are collecting the data. Yes.
But I think this is a point where even the US courts are not able to finalize, and even Mark
Yes. Yes.
Zuckerberg is also not able to agree on. So I don't think like we have the right to comment on this thing.
We don't. We have no right to comment, but
Yeah,
privacy threat is always there.
yeah,
Not
sure.
because of Facebook, but many places privacy
Yeah.
threat is there.
Even in the supermarket, when we are filling up an application for the lot, super
Yes.
lot also, there is a privacy that are happening in
Yes.
that also.
Yes. Yes. Yeah. Mhm.
Okay. Any other questions by anybody else? For Miss Gauri ma'am, you have one question. I'll just read out. It's a long one which has been written. Nowadays, we are losing so many near dear ones because of COVID, and that too young guys. And if we see their life, they led a very simple life. They took care of their family in spirituality. How their deaths are justified?
Okay. So somebody of very high SQ has questioned it. All right. So there is a long theory behind it. Yes, there deaths. See, certainly it's a big loss for any family, and it's an irreplaceable loss, right? So certainly you cannot justify deaths. But if you practice spirituality and if you practice calmness, peace, and meditation, right? Their leaving will not affect you to that extent. You'll accept deaths, you'll accept departure of people. And in case, if you follow many religions, number of breaths that each person has, it is predestined. The reason can be different, right? I am going on a road and something happens, so my number of breaths were predestined. So nobody can justify any death, and it should not be, because that is a very hard thing to do. But yes, spirituality helps us to gain that strength and to accept the departures. It imbibes, it inculcates that peace and calmness in our life, so that such losses we are able to deal with, right? I hope that answers it to some extent.
Yeah, sure, ma'am. Thank you.
Thank you.
Again, there is one more question regarding AI and SQ. Can we say that both the AI and SQ have equal weightage because people from AI rich countries are finding spirituality and the less developed countries admires AI? I think it's a right question.
Yes, it is.
The person who was asked has really some very good experience on this thing. It's asked by Tejas Singh Sandhu, if I pronounce it correct. Should I repeat it once again, ma'am?
Yeah, please do.
Okay. Can we say both the AI and SQ have equal weightage because people from AI rich countries are finding spirituality and the less developed countries admires AI?
Okay, so thank you. I'm grateful that you read it all over again. Okay, see, the thing is, people like developing countries, they are still trying to match up with the infrastructure and with the big things that the other developed countries have already experienced, right? But the developed countries who have already experienced, now they know the value of SQ. So they are returning back to the roots, they want the roots to be intact. They are looking for the peace, calmness, and harmony back, since they have already experienced AI. They have already experienced what would be the repercussions. And yes, to match up to that level, developing countries certainly are practicing AI. So this, this tangent has to be maintained, and it will carry on. And not only with AI and SQ, it will be with anything, new that would come up in the world.
Okay,
Right?
ma'am. Okay, ma'am. Good. There is one more question also for you itself. Is AI
Yeah.
ethics is somewhere related to spiritual intelligence?
100%. See, we have cyber security cells today, right? And AI it's certainly like, people, they are running behind AI, and they should, because that is going to give you comfort in life in the materialistic way. I should put it that way. I'm not a saint or a spiritual guru, but having experienced certain things, AI is a must today to match up to the upcoming things. Yes, AI is required, but why do we have need for cyber security? Because people, they have a habit of misusing things, right? And in case if you need to put those values in them, that you have to use the things in a proper way, in a sensible way, then isn't a SI required? Isn't spiritual intelligence required? Right? So again, if you want a guided and channelized bringing up of structure, so for that, foundation should be strong, right? So channelizing AI, you have to have SQ.
Okay, ma'am. Great. I think that's the end of the question answer session. I think MZ will be taking over now. I think there is no other questions. Once the MZ has put up the board of thanks for both the speakers, I request the people, those who have asked the questions, to please stay over here itself. Okay.
Thank you.
Satya,
Thank you
yeah,
so
you can
much.
take over. Yeah.
Thank you, Gauri ma'am and Afzal sir, for your time and giving us the information about the spirituality and values, and also about importance of artificial intelligence. It was really helpful for the participant, also for me. It was good to know about artificial intelligence taking place and taking over things, small things, big things. Thank you so much for coming and putting highlights about artificial intelligence. Okay, guys, with that, we come to the end of the session. Thank you so much for attending our session. Hope you all had an amazing time today. Bye. Take care, everyone. Stay home, stay safe.
Thank you so much.
Thank you,
Thank
Gauri
you
ma'am
so
and
much.
Afzal sir. I'll anyways
Thank
get
you so much, sir, and
Thank you,
for
ma'am.
giving
Thank you
us
so
the
much.
opportunity and the platform. Have a
Thank
nice
you,
day.
ma'am.
Thank you.
Yeah,
Yeah.
sure, ma'am.
Take care.
Sure.
Bye.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Bye, ma'am. Bye. Please, as I have requested, the people, those who have asked the questions, please stay over here itself. Sitin and Sholak also, please stay over here. Rest all, you can leave. Yeah, okay. I think the question was asked by Anaka Vivi is here. Then Iyunse is here. Okay, then Himanshu is here. Siddhan, can you just check at the chat who all have asked the questions?
And I'll just tell the names, okay? And then you
Yeah.
confirm.
Yeah.
Yunse Murugan,
Okay.
Tejas
Okay.
Singh Sandhu, Ranish,
Okay.
and then Anaga Vivi,
Okay.
Rudra.
Okay. Okay. Siddhan, it will be better in a way like, guys, can you just send me your email address?
Or phone number, anything will do.
Phone number, WhatsApp number, or your email address. Both will be enough. For the people, those who have asked the questions, can you please share you don't need to share it in open. You can share it to us personally.
There's an option in the chat.
Yeah, you can just select either Gladson or Situn as the name, or even you can select Sholak also as the name in the chat, and you can just share it to us. your email address or your WhatsApp number. Both, any of this will be okay for us, because we will be sending you some PDF copies of the books, and also we'll be sharing you the coupons for accessing the psychometric test. So if you can share me your email address and your phone number, that will be great. Situn, just note down, okay?
Yeah.
They are sharing it, you can just note down. Yeah, Anaka, we have got it. Thank you so much. My team will be getting in touch with you on this. Ranish, we have got it. Thank you so much. We'll be getting in touch with
You
you.
have to note it down, okay? I don't think I have the permission here.
Himanshu, yeah, okay, I have got yours. Thank you so much. Sophia, I have got yours also. Thank you so much. Euns, I have got yours also. Thank you so much. My team will be getting in touch with you on this. I hope everyone has sent it right, Situn. I have received
I'm not the
one.
host. See, I'm not the co-host now. That's the reason I cannot see. They
Okay,
cannot send
I have
me
received Evans, I have received Sophia, I have received Anaka Vivi, and I have received Ramesh, Ranish, and I have received Himanshu.
Tejas Singh son you haven't received, right?
Tejas, I have not received.
Okay, Rudra you haven't received.
No.
Okay, so they haven't. Manish you have received, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Thank you so much, everyone. Thank you. Bye bye. Take care.